94.7 Asempa FM Sony, the 19th day of October 2021. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Many thanks for joining us. 25 after 2 Asempa FM Sony. From now till 6:30 p.m. and Erijumedi Bremo, Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, current affairs talk show, EKOSIISEN on Asempa FM. All talk all day. Midin your Sabun Sufremi Obi. Let me thank so much the production team, and I'm privileged to speak on their behalf. Solid team by all standards. Dominic, Kisi, Yeboah, Nana Chumberema, Jackson or Saint Tiamoa, Yewo Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ, and a Queen Star Japan. Oma hine kwabena santin so boy na chidom nti bi obi ayechia no ene ewie me emphasize down so ma ye na boafo. This show is segmented, heavily segmented into sounds of our time near the Abremo Agbeve Herbal Center, Yara Ghana, Lucky Casino, and our Willet Properties, Ebwain, and the no Ebremo. Me here some segment is brought to you in association with Edu Motors, Obapa Product, EcoBank Ghana, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Rockstars Roofing Systems, and Aqua Taps Purification Tablet. Your interviews are here on this show, so it's brought to you in association with Tampico Hepa Plus Mixture, Consolidated Bank of Ghana. Also, we stand with you and a Concept Green Fertilizer, Omonso Boying. And some your discussion segment, non so Mark Auto and Spare Parts Ghana Limited. Se ope Isuzu pickups and trucks at all. Ope Chevrolet vehicles at all Ghana ha. Mark Auto and Spare Parts Ghana Limited. Franco Trading Enterprise and so phone Papa Pafie, Castrol. Or say it's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering, dependable HARBOUR, producers of Adom Malakio, and a Global Lighting Center Limited in Kania Pafie. And you may EKOSIISEN Abremo. Later on the show, your discussion segment, and you been Deputy Energy Minister, MP for Secondary Constituency, lawyer Andrew Ejapa Mesa, Ewo Studio ha. Samson Aoko Lower Menya Krobo constituency. MP Oho, on one so a former Deputy Defense Minister of the Republic of Ghana, the Honorable Oklete Tailabi, and in Penyifui, anyone waiting come 2 members of Parliament, one a current Deputy Minister, the other a former Deputy Minister. And they will join us later on the show. Now, if you share Eddie and come. But of course, a free NRA air, but the biggest story came from the president's tour of the Central Region. While in the Central Region, the president, as he's done in all the other regions, he tries to grant a media interview. Now, Enra, he was on, I think, Eagle FM in Cape Coast. Now, in Sembebrina, EKOSIISEN, one of them including a question that came to him about promise and the party making in the run-up to the 2020 elections about building a harbour for the people of Cape Coast. Now, Omanpenyi Emma Anu Yebia a generate a huge discussion on social and traditional media, and would want to delve a bit more into that issue. Of course, issues around Commander Sugar Factory still on the front burner. Omanpenyi akanwa Omanpenyi da down so enya kwan akanwa asem ni nyina eyen komo egu ya pono so ye behwe ne yedi. But some resident of Cape Coast a start air kasa say adie ase enada bi ye abam. Say and assembly see ete yebeko ni nyinama na wie ewo EKOSIISEN dwumedie yi. So but please join us on all our interactive platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Very, very important. Uko YouTuber Asempa 94.7 FM. Same for Facebook, Asempa 94.7 FM. And then Instagram, Asempa 94.7 FM. Twitter, your handle at Asempa947_FM. Kaise online and so myjoyonline.com and adomonline.com with me. Alternatively, download our apps or smartphone and quality account. Ne download the apps no. myjoyonline.com app, adomonline.com app from the App Store, the Google Play Store, and a Huawei app gallery. Or download the apps. They will papa. And when you say a podcast, no, you can get our podcast no on the app. On our website, that after the show went to me and in real time, you can always go back and listen to the show via podcast on Spotify, on iTunes, and everywhere. We've made sure say ubenya show yeti baby biara obia plus all our affiliate radio stations across the length and breadth of the country. Over a dozen of them are live, including Bankam Radio in Jokwa. Jokwa is in the central region. Let me do some birthday dedications quickly enough. Interviews. Let me remind you, so say, Enra, the 499 law student, a the law school entrance examination, omo passe based on results but they've been denied admission. Enra, a press conference. We are told, say, they will be filing a lawsuit later today, and then a demonstration tomorrow. Some of the leaders of that group will join us in the studio. Now, Yashe Etumi, Eddie, and Komo. It's an interview you would love to listen to in the Moonshan and Somayin. But this one says, good afternoon. It will be a very special birthday to Michael Agosu of ICGC Christ Temple, Abose Okai. Do have a blissful season. Also, a wonderful afternoon to Erica Osei Boaten of Dakoman. Nana Equiamwa Boaten coming through with this one. I'm also told, sir, and the minority in parliament are a press conference. And on a press conference, they are demanding a rerun of what they call flawed confirmation processes of some MMDCE nominees. Some of the districts, confirmation are across the BDA, Omonyo, Indian Company Fonche, Nasa district, Niensan and Tuabano. Ebio. Inti ene ranking member on the local government committee, Neil Antivandapoy, and a din seminar. He's called on the IGP to probe reported cases of abuse and manhandling during their process. Inti and also one of the issues yebeshena yetumi akom. Let me acknowledge some of you are more sharing on Facebook Live. We said good morning, Obi. The person is watching us from Manhattan, New York City. I was wishing everyone an educative and entertaining show. God bless Latte Equiapim Ghana in the US of A. Nana Kwesi Apia Sechi and on the way Abre. We say Obi, special greetings to my dear wife Harriet Alexandra Techimenson, David Techimenson. Anyway, Abba David, thank you. And also sharing Facebook Live. Oyibo Boaten so Achima Nrebehi in Kumase ononso sharing. Joseph Adugu also watching us. Joseph Adugu, thank you. Yaya and so Yahusa wo sharing. Yadas Papa Emmanuel Yao, Karim Moro, Kojo or Asempa Furniture Works in a Doom Kumase also sharing. Charles Mafo, thank you. Abdul Bassett is also watching us on Facebook Live. Abdul, thank you. Master Planner Junior working Tampo. Abbas Gidan Goro Abbas. Comensa wo pillar 2. Comensa so share wo pillar 2. Comensa yedase papa for watching us. Let me see the other people who are also joining us. Kwekulabi says super Obi, my greetings. Thank you, my brother. Kweku Jenin says greetings, Obi from Aberdeen. Wow, I miss Aberdeen to bit. Appington Yao says watching you live from Laboni. Walanyo in Akwetia also watching us. Nana Afranie says good morning, Obi. Special greetings to my wife and all Anne's V's Kitchen customers from US of A. That's Texas. Ernest in Taifa. Douglas Kumi. And so Delali Della, Frank Gaddafi of Germany, Dortmund to be precise. Ekojan, Deputy Tain Coordinator for the Southern Sector. Ekojan, good afternoon to you. Kwesi Prempe Bonsu says, aka Asiko Darling, Boston, Massachusetts. Wow. Nana Adjene Pahini Udia Sempa II says, powerful show. I'm watching you live from East Legon. Raphael in Ketia, good afternoon to you. Moa Ajua Feneye or Bronx in New York. You are a regular listener. We appreciate your time so much on our show. Patrick Favor Boaten or Gothenburg in Sweden. Also, Keba Ewa Blekoma. Also, sharing live from Blekoma. Okateche George New York in Chicago. Kwabna entwibo esiakon wo nerebehi onso o hweyen nipa no edoso Nana Phillips Hamburg was a good job Obi, thank you my brother. Godfred Ampofu Opoku Suhum onso o hweyen. We say greetings to my dad Mr. FK Ampofu in Suhum onso o hweyen. That's papa Eugene Denchi wo Akem Tafo Patrice Lumumba upon and so shame. Many thanks to all of you for joining us on Facebook Live. Monswa Moshe YouTube. We appreciate all of you and we thank you so much for always watching us. YouTube for them. So let me see. Amwaku Steven also ahafu imim Oshe YouTube. Na ohene Ajimandria United Kingdom. Frank Edu Dankwa in Istanbul in Turkey. Jamina Ebenezer also Hacho. We'll be happy to see you, watching you live from is it Bahamas? Okay. Thank you. Helena Osei appear. Osei, you want to say a big good afternoon to Madame Felicia Kwachi Ewo Akim Wenchi. We appreciate all of you watching us on YouTube as well. Suleiman Haruna wa Montreal in Canada. Kojo Oponfosu also wa Bronx, New York near Sunbra African Market. Sunbra African Market. No, meba Bronx, meba Baba Shishebo. Kojo Oponfosu, thank you. Didon GHO of Belgium. Atoko Amina watching us from New Jersey. Mohamed Moro or Togo. Togo. Wow. Blessed Kwachi Ukraine. Ukraine city now wasn't a mean to me Modin me pacha wa vacha me. Evans Ray says watching you live from Dubai. Thank you. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining us. EKOSIISEN let's get started. Now okay. Gordon said Krunanyen Nebehi. It's pronounced Nebehi. Nebehi. Oh, okay. Marty Gordon, thank you. Thank you so much for that timely correction. Bama yenshana yentwaswinti. Maybe we'll start from here. Na yashe at the launch of the NPP's manifesto in Cape Coast. In fact, coincidentally, the manifesto for 2020 launch was done in Cape Coast. And the manifesto, title that's here, Leadership of Service. Leadership of service for all of you mufolo in papa in the run-up to the 2020 elections. We covered all of that for you on our show. Said the munyina munyim enti bebrenana a course at the manifesto launch. Na Enround Sonoman Penny as part of a central regional tour, interview on Eagle FM. But before I bring you a excerpt of that interview, Yentie, the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, speaking at the manifesto launch in Cape Coast.
People of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbour in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is very critical that we do that. An airport makes a lot of sense in Cape Coast. It's a real tourist hub, and between Greater Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, you have a triangle that really is a lot of hub of economic activity. You can build railway lines between them, and it's a major growth pole if we put an airport here to drive infrastructure growth.
Okay, so that's the voice of Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. For the avoidance of doubt, now I would play it back one more time. Now, this is Dr. Bawumia speaking somewhere in manifesto launch, so I think in October. Was it August? Yeah, somewhere around August in Cape Coast, University of Cape Coast. I remember EKOSIISEN Ifri. This is Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia speaking.
People of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbour in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is very critical that we do that. An airport makes a lot of sense in Cape Coast. It's a real tourist hub, and between Greater Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, you have a triangle that really is a lot of hub of economic activity. You can build railway lines between them, and it's a major growth pole if we put an airport here to drive infrastructure growth.
Asempa FM
94.7 Asempa FM. So the Vice President of the Republic, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and at the time, Nona Oma highlights of the 2020 manifesto. In fact, say ukfa the manifesto document itself. Na ubieko page 159. Page 159. If you have a copy of the manifesto, please open to that page. And then I can about roads, railways, port, and harbors. So what's your NPP manifesto now? I'm breaking it down into parts. First part was promises in 2016, and which of the promises they are delivered at the time. Into a breakdown of promises and the ones they've delivered, and breakdown of the ones they've not been able to deliver. COVID-19 and its impact on the economy. Post COVID-19 recovery and the things they will do to get the country back on track. And some of share 2020 and beyond. 2020 and beyond and about the various projects and the new things when the Ghanaian people give them power again. It is about the part that speaks about 2020 and beyond now. Page 159. Under flagship infrastructure development initiatives. It is also under 2020 and beyond. So now, in the physical infrastructure and flagship infrastructure development initiatives. Over the next 4 years, we will strengthen capacity of the development authorities, blah, blah, blah. And then in fact, the Marine Drive project into over the next 4 years, we will strengthen the capacity of development authorities and the Zongo Development Fund to enable them attract private investors to develop infrastructure in their catchment areas and give priority to completing all ongoing projects under our flagship infrastructure policies of Year of Roads, Water for All, Toilets for All, as well as other local infrastructure, including, but not limited to, infrastructure such as drains, culvert, feeder roads, classroom blocks, school furniture, chips compounds, market, toilet facilities, among others, as part of the effort to bridge the infrastructure gaps at the community level. 2, the Marine Drive project. 3, extending electricity to cover the entire population. That's a very, very critical one. Extending electricity to cover the entire population. And that's something we would have to follow up on. 4, completing Yendi, Tamale, and Damongo water supply project. 5, commence construction of the Sunyani and Keta water supply project, the Wager Dam rehabilitation project, decommissioning and re-engineering of landfill sites, including the Kpong in Tema and Oti, that's in commercial landfill sites. We know about roads, railways, port and harbors. Roads, railways, port and harbors. And also, I say, inadequate transport networks that connect cities, towns, and rural areas, poor quality roads, and growing urban traffic congestion are critical areas requiring urgent action, as well as expansion in port and harbor infrastructure to enhance trade and promote investment over the next 4 years. And a little background, like an opening statement, be under roads, railways, port, and harbors. Why the need to do this project? In the account, over the next 4 years, over the next 4 years, which began in January 2021, we will, 1, use public-private partnership to accelerate the development of road infrastructure through toll financing. 2, finalize our public transport policy for a network commensurate with the needs of a fast-growing economy. 3, launch the biggest ever road maintenance infrastructure program as part of improvement in our existing road infrastructure and as a source of major job creation for the youth. This will be targeted at youth-owned enterprises. 4. Relaunch the metro mass transport system throughout regional capitals. Relaunch the metro mass transport system throughout regional capitals. Wow. Okay. 5. Introduce innovative policies to facilitate urban traffic decongestion. That's a very, very critical point. Inti innovative policy. The transport ministry should be giving us the innovative policies to deal with the traffic situation in Accra and in some of the other major cities in our country. Coincidentally, in the NPP manifesto, introduce innovative policies to facilitate urban traffic decongestion. In the transport ministry, almost 1 year, into the administration's second term, I will see snippets of info around some of these innovative policies. 6. Complete development of the Buipe Inland Port. 7. Complete development of coastal fish landing site. And we know, sir, coastal fish landing site, na ashase, the last time constituency watch war Efre Hossein Abra Asebu Kwaman Kese Mori na landing site ni bi air course when we know say na be course wo tram e be course wo yes along that stretch if we axim more air but along that stretch you can say they would complete that fish landing site and know the difference. Fish landing site. 8. Complete development of the Buankra Inland Port. 9. Upgrade Tema Shipyard and Dry Dock. Okay. 10. Volta Lake Transport Improvement. 11. Complete development of Atuabo Port. The complete development of the Buankra Inland Port, complete development of the Buipe Inland Port, complete development of the Atuabo Port. All of these in also over the next 4 years, meaning say 2021 to 2024. Good. 12. Completion of the construction of the Western Line and Tema to Impakadan rail lines. 14. Commence construction of. Commence when one casa complete. All the rest was complete. But we also commence construction of A. The Eastern Rail Line. Eastern Rail Line, I know what I mean. The Makumasi to Obuasi Diano. Commence the construction of the Eastern Rail Line. The Eduadin to Obuasi lines. The Ghana-Burkina line. A new line between Sekendi and Shama Free Zone area. A new harbour in Cape Coast. And a new airport in Cape Coast. A new harbour in Cape Coast. And a new airport in Cape Coast. Prioritize feasibility studies in establishing a rail link through Kaswa to Accra with a view to establish a railway line service to reduce significantly travel time to and from that fast-growing part of Greater Accra and Central regions. Project goes on and on. I mean, continue investing in the expansion of infrastructure at all public tertiary institutions to enhance capacity and facilities to absorb the expected increases in student population as graduating students from free SHS pursue further education, bridging the development gap between the North and the South. We will continue to implement policies, blah, blah, blah. In fact, over the next 4 years, we will actively mainstream the use of these and other local materials in public sector infrastructure project. Because I can say Pozzolana cement and several brick factories can be found in Ahafo, blah blah blah. All of these will be resources will be used for these massive infrastructural projects. In the at least under flagship infrastructure development initiatives in the 2020 manifesto, and amatomebo akaini nyina ede amamo what the NPP project more share on Facebook Live. No, you would see the manifesto page and I make on there. Now it's waiting me a follow BB. I said here Nioma AC air current mention and so emfa MIA. But in an interview with Eagle FM Enra, this is what the president had to say.
The commitment was never to a harbor, it was to a landing site.
Okay.
It's very, very important. And you look inside the NPP, page 88 of the NPP manifesto for the 2020 election, it was clear. And there are several landing sites that we have in the central region that are ongoing. Let me read you some of them. For the first phase of the landing sites in the central region involves Senyabreku, which is what, 92, nearly 93% complete. Elmina, 13% complete. Moray, 78% complete. Winneba, 57% complete. And Gomoafete, 19% complete. And Mumford, 79, 80% complete. And that is the first phase of the landing sites that we're going to build. The second phase includes Cape Coast, and the idea will be that once again next year that that initiation will take place. So as far as the harbor, we have to be very clear in our mind. We never committed ourselves. I never said I was going to build a harbor at Cape Coast. I said I was going to build a landing site, like what I've done in these 6 other places in the central region. Cape Coast also will have its own landing site, and the construction of that will begin next year.
Okay, and that's the voice of the president speaking on Eagle FM, Enra. And you would have heard, sir, the president referred to page 88 of the NPP manifesto. Page 88 of the NPP 2020 manifesto. So, what's page 88? And also ba under what I make sure say the manifesto was segmented and on the ba under promises made and what they've delivered in the omochro promises, no matter what we have done so far. It is also page 88 now. Infrastructure development. Eka promises, no, that's number 205. Eka coastal sea defense project. What we have done so far, the following sea defense projects were commenced after 2017 and are ongoing. Axim, Amanfo, Kuma, Commander, Cape Coast, Elmina, and Anomabo. The following sea defense projects were ongoing when we came into office, and we have completed them. And we Kontompo, Abuadze, Ajoa, is it Blekusu, New Takrade, and Elmina. 206 promised to construct new harbors at Jamestown in Accra and in Keta. Also, as part of government program to develop a port at Keta in line with our commitment, the Ghana Port and Harbors Authority is undertaking a feasibility study in the Keta area. An executive instrument declaring Keta area a port zone was signed in 2018. MOU has been signed with Diamond Cement to construct a jetty to handle clinker for its factory. 207 promises was a continue building landing sites at Cape Coast. Continue building landing sites at Cape Coast, Mumford, Teshi, Axim, Keta, Ada, Jamestown, and Winneba. Under what we have done so far, no, Ekase being implemented, construction is ongoing at 10 fish landing sites, namely Axim, Discove, Senyabreku, Gomoafete, Mori, Mumford, Teshi, Winneba, Elmina, and Keta. Construction of Jamestown Harbour has also started. Into where page 88 now, President referred to, no, but you would realize, say, in page 88, no, Okasa continue building landing site at Cape Coast, Mumford, Teshi, Axim, Keta, Ada, Jamestown, and Winneba. That's the promise. And because we're now a year, the promises they had made and what they've done so far, no, I would want to believe that this promise was made in the 2016 manifesto, and now more reported on in the 2020 manifesto. But apart from page 88, no, which the president referred to, I also earlier read for you page 159 and 160, and now 2020 and beyond, what they would be doing, you know, a honor na a harbor for Cape Coast and so na a captured. But the president said this.
The commitment was never to a harbor, it was to a landing site.
Okay.
It's very, very important. And you look inside the NPP, page 88 of the NPP manifesto for the 2020 election, it was clear. And there are several landing sites that we have in the central region that are ongoing. Let me read you some of them. For the first phase of the landing sites in the central region involves Senyabreku, which is what, 92, nearly 93% complete. Elmina, 13% complete. Moray, 78% complete. Winneba, 57% complete. And Gomoafete, 19% complete. And Mumford, 79, 80% complete. And that is the first phase of the landing sites that we're going to build. The second phase includes Cape Coast, and the idea would be that once again next year that the initiation will take place. So as far as the harbor, we have to be very clear in our mind. We never committed ourselves. I never said I was going to build a harbor in Cape Coast. I said I was going to build a landing site, like what I've done in these 6 other places in the central region. Cape Coast also will have its own landing site, and the construction of that will begin next year.
Okay, Inti, 2 things and standing out from this. So, OSHA page 88, what is there that the president referred to, no, factual. Inti, they in fact gave a report on a promise they had made in 2016, which promise was say, Omube si landing site Cape Coast, Mumford, Teshi, Axim, Keta, Ada, Jamestown, and Winneba. And Omoma report on which say 10 of them were ongoing, including Axim, Diskov, Senyabreku, Gomoafete, Mori, Mumford, Teshi, Winneba, Elmina, and Keta. And the construction of Jamestown Harbour has also started. And that's factual. It's captured here in page 88. But for the president to say, they never made a commitment to a harbor in Cape Coast, no, that cannot be true, because the manifesto is clear, and I've read that page 159. The commitment and the flagship infrastructure project, no, it includes a harbor and an airport for Cape Coast. Maybe the president could have told us the term harbor no is vague, because harbor bit my efficient harbor, it bit my the seaport we know in Takrady any tema, but to say there was no commitment to build a harbor for Cape Coast, that cannot be true. But my main question is Yeni Enkomo Abeiku Adams, a member of the Economic Fighters League, and he is a leader of a group campaigning for the harbor and an airport in Cape Coast. Abeiku Adams, akwa banapom teden.
Yemenad mo brother.
Yeda nyame ase bibia bokwa apom tin wo ha.
Yemenad yeda nyame ase won kumi ade. Hopefully there no koyi.
Yeda nyame ase. Enti for everything I've read so far, you've heard the president interview or Eagle FM and in your copy of the NPP manifesto. What do you make of everything I walk from up to today?
I disappointing to the able to damas maybe no. And the thing you should look at the thing, what is happening now, no, should be look beyond just Cape Coast. It tells you that there's a national crisis of leadership in this country, because your president who is not bound by his words or the words of his party and government. Manifesto launch or Cape Coast, Vice President Dr. Mohamed Baumia, who was the chairman of the Manifesto Committee, made it clear he agreed with the request for airport and harbour. And he their second term, that should be their focus. Everything was captured on audio or a video. Then the manifesto that much can yell. Something about man. One page 161. Into I don't okay. Into me who sent to them and paying what's an ended that last week, this week at an interview. Into the end, take course plans on a year. Why that will be in a Quasia be them. See, Papa Kikusa.
But Abeku, at a construction of a harbor, because say I can page 159, 169, it's clear that a new harbor for Cape Coast. At a harbor, no, what came to mind? What kind of harbor did you picture?
No, harbor in our time, no, are very good. There's no ambiguity about the word harbor. It's a harbor, in harbor. And you know that could have Miss Morty, in Tamahabu Miss Morty. And in the words of my Dr. Mohammed Bahamiano, so he confirmed the conception of harbor. One kid could say harbor with international scale capacity to help with both traveling and movement of as an extension of Takrady harbor project.
No, but if there is into from what you've said, naturally. Our view of a harbor, as you heard from Dr. Baumia and read in the manifesto here, a harbor like what we have in Takrady and Tema.
Exactly, and the fact that in their own manifesto also, they said distinctly stated another landing beach to make a difference. Now the landing beach issue never. Oh yeah,
Mubo, Abeku. Yes. There is the London site, so they use London site in the manifesto. Yeah. But in him there. A London site, for example, is different from a fishing harbor in Imdema.
Yes, exactly.
When they say harbor, why didn't it cross your mind that it can be a fishing harbor?
No, because what? London site network anyway. An imperative part of sea defense in warrior. It is London site sea defense in warrior. That's a Punani into the traditional fishing economy now, our coast, why are disrupted? So it is just imperative and reasonable that London site should be created for the fishermen to use to continue their economic livelihood along the coast. Only a completely different from building a harbor. No, the harbor concept, the idea of harbor is not something that should be ambiguous. It's not that.
Because I'm saying this because the Takrady, there is a harbor in Takrady, the seaport we know, the one in Tema, the one in Takrady. But great. And in the same secondary Takrady, no, there is the Bosomchisam fishing harbor in secondary. So Bosomchisam fishing harbor, it's bigger and completely different from the London side I've seen, or Mori, for example. The harbor could have been a fishing harbor like the one in secondary, no?
Well, the point is that your request for harbor able to ship baby for to revolutionize the economy of Cape Coast. Or you are chief spender of the nation, you are the president. It behooves you to decide how you're going to do it. Negotiate with us. Okay, you are asking for harbor at this size. We can give you this size because of the economy, because of the plan you have for the nation, because of other things you want to do. You discuss with us. But once you agree to use our diction as harbor, you are buying into our conception of harbor.
Okay.
And you're not looking for fishing, landing beach or landing site. You're looking for harbor. Now, this harbor issue is very critical to Cape Coast history because way back in colonial times, when Takrady Harbor was established, it collapsed the economy of Cape Coast. So for us, asking for harbor is for us applying historical knowledge to revive the economy of Cape Coast. If they didn't understand where we're coming from, nothing stopped them from calling us to the table to understand where we're coming from.
Okay.
Because clearly, it wasn't part of their developmental agenda. It was something that we were suggesting to them.
Okay. I get you now. The request the people of Cape Coast made for a harbor, Aban Jituma or the share manifesto, maybe Aban got it wrong. How they conceptualized the harbour you guys were requesting for. Is that American?
Getting it wrong actually also does not absorb them of the blunder they just caused. By
Absolutely,
the president.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And my other thing there, for now, what the president has said now, even the harbour conversation no, is off the table. He is looking at a London site, which is completely different from a fishing harbour or the normal harbour we know of. So what are you going to do? Obey then.
For us as team for the maybe push for what we know would be good for us. So we are started meetings. We are trying to see. We started negotiating to see what the way forward will be. We are going to organize a demonstration by end of November to put our message across, because we want to also imprint on history that this is what happened between us and central government.
Again, the other thing is, say, because this is who the harbour you people requested for no was a similar one like what in Takrady and Tema.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
the distance between Cape Coast and Takrady, would it make economic sense to have a seaport like that, one in Takrady and one in Cape Coast?
Absolutely. The distance is not a factor. It's the volume of trade that is coming to Ghana.
Okay.
And the volume of trade that could bring to Ghana. So it doesn't spoil anything for us to even have the whole stretch of the western to Cape Coast turned into harbours. Because it's about looking at the volume of trade. Because if you go to the Caribbean islands and look at the proximity of harbours on that stretch, you understand that the whole idea is to trigger some level of economic revolution on the coast.
Indeed, I want the one in Cape Coast, one in Takrady still on Saturday.
No, on Saturday, prayer.
So, how about the airport? Who there? BB record around the airport and so.
Absolutely nothing. It's only talk. Visibility today, and the Casanana yet, Yankee, you have any concrete action, Diala.
One just I say.
Well, before election, no, what's the Waposha assassin? 1 year assassin, Waposha assassin, you are the whole.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, what about Pata?
Or a mean site.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Obi, I send a message there, Obi. What did the man speaking say when some people said Cape Coast deserved an airport? I can't be a make a comment on one.
Yes, absolutely. I am part of the leadership asking for these things in Cape Coast. So I absolutely agree that we needed an airport, we needed harbour. So we are asking for it. If the government can provide all the tools, choose one that will be a priority to the government and do it for us.
No, I think the person is saying there, when some people requested for an airport, then
I requested. I am part of those who requested.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm not on the other side for him to ask him that question.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. In the essay, going forward, no, we'll share some actions that we'll put it together to force government to deliver on the promise, right?
Exactly.
And this is something the whole Cape Coast is behind you.
Well, yes. Because one, the point is that it doesn't need to take the whole community to change the situation.
Mm-hmm.
We are providing the leadership, and they will fall in line when we are able to communicate our conviction work to them.
After any that Omanpenyin interview, do you have a sense of maybe disappointment in the people of Cape Coast? Like why disappointed?
Absolutely. I'm on a number of platforms that you can feel the energy, that disappointment, that frustration. People have been calling. What can we do? What should be done? People are even asking for demonstration next week. So yes, young people are advocating for something very aggressive as a response to what the government is doing to us. There's that sense of having been taken for a ride. It's like they have become a victim of political expediency than what should be developmental concern for the state. Like they came to tell us what they should tell us so that they could get vote and entrench themselves in power. and we're going to take action. We're going to take action, drastic democratic action against the government very soon.
Abeku ma yena si bibia ni a yebese ba bidi nkomo bio. Enti Abeku Adams, a member of the Economic Fighters League, a resident of Cape Coast, one of the people leading the city to agitate for what they think they deserve, and something they requested for, something the NPP put in their manifesto, and they feel let down by the sudden turn of event. And he say, Afe na wo join the president in his interview with Eagle FM cited page 88 of the NPP's manifesto, which page captures the NPP's promise of continuing with the building of landing site at Cape Coast and other towns in Ghana. But then the devil is in the detail. Say offer manifesto now, page 159. I've taken time to read through all the projects our MPP promise here and the flagship infrastructure development initiatives in page 159 of the 2020 manifesto. And roads, railways, ports. The party promised said they would commence the construction of, amongst other things, a new harbour in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. Ma menkai messages kakra na afei say dem dey kan share mo bon say and ye be hwe na law student etna say etro the law school entrance exams mo be kaya 499 be passed, but they were denied admission. And no more press conference. Leadership no be a cancer studio anyone be in common in Chebia. But we say will be good afternoon. The president is speaking the truth. The NPP never said they would build a harbour at Cape Coast. I vividly recall the day after the launch. It was pointed out that the harbour and airport was not in the printed manifesto, and that it was made in spontaneity by the vice president. Really? That's not true, but that's in the manifesto. Those promises were later inserted in. On that day in question, some chiefs asked for this airport and harbour, and in an unusual fashion, the VIP jumped into that populist trance. Nanado, I believe on this. Incompetent, Baumia cannot put the president into shame. He's already dealing with his Arabian king status. That's from Eugene Ishen Elliott, and he's the constituency secretary at the and this were clotte Kole. So at the time, na party no air launch on manifesto in the central regional capital of Cape Coast. Na the regional minister at the time, Kwamena Duncan, he's joined us on the line. Me no in komo. Honorable Akwabada pom to then.
I'm not the man to
Yes, own catcher.
Yes, all.
Fantastic. Inti, me did there a gracie see I can see. Okay, but you've been following development in Central Region, especially Cape Coast, and president interview ended. People think the president contradicted himself relative to what the party said in their manifesto, a new harbour for Cape Coast, and all of that. Or told them Pocho.
Yo, Obi, I'm in chair. Waiting for and pimping my Rabbi, EKOSIISEN. I choose from EKOSIISEN, EKOSIISEN. Now, they say I have interview Gaza.
Yeah, our friend Abeku Adams.
Oh, but what Panama, why should I customer NDC?
Economic Fighters League member.
Leadership. And we're going leadership crisis. Leadership. We will go leadership crisis. Because this shows that the country is reeling under leadership crisis.
Yeah, but can't we respond to his message rather than him as a person? Say,
no, the message you come out to me. It's some kind of person. The message you are does he know leadership, let alone to move on to no leadership crisis?
Also, you promised them a harbour, and what done one ano? That's the
one.
part of his message.
Ma mingin kana minchum there. A man paying with a good heart. Obi.
Honorable Miteo, pa.
From 2016 to 2020. In the NPP, why no ya capture wo manifesto. No yan fancy manifesto. In the NPP, yeah, no ni manifesto. As a major. Now manifesto ya a kind of chair. I'm saying so. Oh yeah, 216-page manifesto or so. Odos, papa. And now you will not expect there. You probably to the from cover to cover or the to meet you. You don't expect. As a major. Well, I'm going to more while cast some and a pass.
Semper FM.
In Bill Bosuna, maybe why you know Jodo Kaka. As a major. Now, a man paying 50 months home. On years in year, papa. Ma, oh, yeah, more can, Mabado. No years in year. Sure, ni one district, one factory. And here, no income. Or that's all Bobo Foom. Or 25th August. Or that's all Bobo Foom, I think 2017 or so. And this is for Dalton Thomas. Was so hard down a offend a qua what son I didn't mean. I don't know. Why a party? Be there, you are possible. The impossible party. Be there, you are possible. And the wine in a 50 month home, and the way, and the way. Okocha mum wahwe ebia other kan mo a cylinder manufacturing company bi wo senya oye anda no ho wo fa na a collaboration with Chinese food bia wo process oye wo fa na a paper wa twegu say kokeko sa finka kokeko sa hwon sa tebi investment of over $20 million. I will expand your case. Apart from all you could do so the body, a casa de rope or the body, a wafana a sugary or wayina. At the body, 50 months in his first 4 years. And Sana, my second 4 year, first year, with difficulty, or higher you come with 2019, 2020 especially. And so still, all the body there, and ma warrior and son, human, na what they die in the menu to add value to production. The Bokoda, they are time which you are supporting. My first year, difficulties I could I them a human cocoon, a young Honado, and ma, okay, 50 months home. We could be Joka, we could be war. Our best house will be war, was a
Semper FM.
Shatina, or be this war, Fate, Gumwa, Fate, or be this war.
Honorable, I wish Dan Kamema at Trado Ewa, but because of time, if you would come straight to A&M Amama, I am a pocho.
And your order me a preamble.
No, I understand you by any time, over your time, Ninty. I must say.
It's only thing you want to make the pa. Sure. First time or the bay. Things you want to remember one as a kind. 50 Kwame Kumana do. A bay and bay. Oh, yeah, a Pujuma. You may have the largely. Here my area, Pujuma. Now, that would have your pa, you're the wild corner in your num. No such a boo. No, what do want Hama about bomb the bar, my papa. I could find us no all call campaign or cartoon him more by wasting kitty. Yes, say, Fataka Kaba or Kodo, Senya or Kodo, Simpa or Kodo, Gamma or your Montfort or Kodo Maureen or Kodo Elimina or Kodo. Na number why I my hand 2020 years I are battery. Yebugwa number 50 man home. You go also had womb 2020 to 2024. Or shame there. Yabosha Mabema Yumihan Ojina or Habo. Yabosha Minya. If you know crackers be there. Oh, you want to be a year thinking. You chocolate thinking. You daba, you go, there are 4 lane, 6 lane. The course is not only connected to Nkeo. Say your HARBOUR. You open the place to the entire world. It is a tale that Omianka say, okay. After there is a triangle of Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. Obi want to make to Cape Coast. We can see Tamale, we can see Wa. It is a 6 lane from Accra to Cape Coast. And then solve our connection or our link with the other cities and the outside world. Link it. But some HARBOUR, my airport, then you have linked us to the rest of the country and the rest of the world. And see, but we are all chain okay. No, Suka HARBOUR. President has the good heart. And to say, look at Sanoye, Rabanikana. I say, don't know him. And as I say, or as we say, Yimpa in Yangame. Yimpa on Yangame. Into Yimpa the idea, Yimpa. It can never be the president go to cover when you need now with it. But, sir, the London site, so confirm London site. Obi, then it means that out of the London site is just a step down, which can be upgraded. Airport and one that's a kind. It's a fishing harbour. It's a conventional harbour. In the London site. London site is all about doing a breakwater. The force of the wave containing. And EKOSIISEN, it is also breakwater with some extra facilities to contain bigger vessels. And if the president confirmed this, now you let's say, I will freak a class no buyer. Can't this be resolved easily? Can't this be stepped up?
Yeah, but who said there is
not be a problem.
There is a referee, and there is an emphatic statement there. The commitment has never been to build an airport. Those were the president's words. The commitment has never been to build an airport. And going to Cape Coast Central Region, because these two promises were monumental promises to the people of Central Region. Airport and a harbour. The president couldn't have forgotten that.
No, Uncle Obi. I mean, then your point is this, that the president is that kind of repository. Big guy, but that is not the case with human beings. It cannot be there. It won't being with even if it were prominent, even if it captured the headlines. It cannot be because these were matters that captured the headlines. It cannot be because you are a human being. But the point is this: there, oil London site. But London site can easily be upgraded, whether to a fishing harbour or to conventional harbour. It can easily be done. We haven't lost out. Into me say, since the man told Mumba, I won't say me agree. A man paying, let's share. No, yeah, the man here or yeah, NPP manifesto. Are you committed to implementing them? I bang or yeah, NPP, I bang. Ujanwanema, Obayawajuma Maza 2016 to 2020, more than my hand, Yabasa and Sakajo, our harbour, no airport and account. And to Mamma Mobi, or Major the Nampa of Amadadao. And what about them 8 years? And sometimes if you listen to them, and woman, 8 years. Now, a Obi. once there wouldn't come roofing. No man wondering how I'll buy a foundation. As a métier. Now 2016 na ya kwa to aben. What yes some public stand to be. Public stand to there I say. But you say you see I shall see you produce. So Sanina wanted that. But Okafanina. See Obi. But sometimes
again, Mopocho, to be fair to the people of Central Region, and I took my time to go through the manifesto. Manifesto no ye in part. First part no ye accounting to the people. That's where you tell us the promises that we're making in 2016 and the ones you've been able to deliver. Page 88 now President referred to where promises you made now on my status report. That promise included a London site for Cape Coast, Mumford and other towns. Mayan reports, 10 of them are under construction. And then you came to the part of the manifesto Eka beyond 2020. The things you would be doing new when when your mandate is renewed. And beyond 2020, flagship infrastructural project. And we will commence the construction of a new harbour in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. Those cannot be same as a London site.
Take the airport out. That was no controversy on that.
Yes.
Harbour. Can't you have an harbour that will also serve the purpose of London site for canoes? Can that be? Can't you put that together? Because Cape Coast na Nicosa section. Oh yeah, hina. Says London side separate from an harbour.
Yeah, but that's what you promised. Nobody
I'm saying
nobody forced you to promise that.
I'm saying that. Impo nyakakabo nubedi, anasu nyakaso nubedi. Inti, you're putting it together. Cape Coast yakase, you're putting it together. Yabayan habo kasa. Heja no mo pre wodura, wo benye be mo wodwi. E ma oya be sesa kase so wo ba wa abadoka, so be be abadoka. Haven't we used one stone to kill two birds? So this should not be a problem. Meda, it should not be on yada says maybe I would this can be resolved easily.
So now what should the people of Cape Coast expect?
On the memo assurance, make sure me yaba. Me Cape Coast for my yata saying that my pay education, school. I mean when you don't believe you yeah man obi baby president Bama Bakade. We didn't make a commitment to have Bunty or the major no that. On your door, also saying I can cry or send there at least or cut there the London site is it. Honestly, okay. And see, all we do is that yes, I will do in the London site either. Nothing my Yansanka. It should not be a problem at all. I'll be back at leadership and leadership crisis. You are better or Boko demonstration and then about for bringing order. I will now tell about popularity. It is the catch all my Obi. Don't pimp to my watch. Can't fit the mantle. There under the Fourth Republic and indeed the entire political history of this country. A coup for the number on you to mantle. Now, you papa. So, in the ma. Until ya, Oba Bayo Mampay 2016 to 2020. Since the man told me, Asaka, only a year to Papa, and Nayimpa, what I go so bad, Usanapa. Motumi Yatina Pitanapan. On the soon on Yaboko, equally. Mamma Moby, not going to yell in Tantacra. Nah, this is a party that makes pledges and abides by those pledges. We will indeed prove to the people of Central Region, and for that matter, Cape Coast. There you can, ya bear so. I will be begging you, not from my end that. Never American, a woman, never American.
Yes.
Obi.
Honorable.
Corner a NDC. Once our car, what about the things they point to? Kotokwaba Market and then Cape Coast Stadium. Well and good. Maybe someone there. In Kotokwaba Market and Cape Coast Stadium, this man, which are all focused or centered in Cape Coast. Let them point to other districts. We have 22 districts in Central Region. Let them point to some economic changing infrastructure what to be in other districts. That's the point. Moreover, claim Commander Sugar Factory. Commander Sugar Factory, because you have done sixth form economics. Now, into mention the factors of production, land, capital.
Honorable Enyima, we'll come back to this topic, but let me summarize everything and ask there. So, what you've just told us, the people of the Central Region, especially Cape Coast, should expect their landing site, which can be expanded into a harbour, as you promised them, right?
They should rest assured. This is a delivering a president. This is a party that promises and delivers on its promises. They should rest assured there. Omampei Nenebedechi, Alaji Dr. Baumia, and indeed it was quite clear. Oh yeah, very loud pronouncement. This government is committed to those promises and will deliver on those promises.
That pronouncement was to give the people of Cape Coast a harbour. That is not what we are saying. But American
no, I
maybe ma okay, all right. And the Honorable Kwamena Duncan and Yatin and EKOSIISEN Suni higher sempa 94.7 FM. Ma mention memra studio na mema impenyifo atnase no akwaba na ene unim se organized labor ene impenyifo atnase obekaya NIA card no ho sensemenam so ma controller the statement by say oh, public sector we can no card maybe by 1st December enya dia obenya ketua. There is a statement, a communique if you like, or say issued by government represented by the Ministries of Employment and Labor Relations, Finance and Control and Accountant General's Department, and the leadership of organized labor representing public sector workers on the controller and the controller's payroll. Or say following the concerns expressed by organized labor on the Controller and Accountant General's directive for public sector workers on the controller's payroll to register with the National Identification Authority latest by 1st December 2021. Government represented by the Ministries of Employment and Labor Relations, Finance and the Controller on one hand, and the leadership of organized labor representing public sector workers on the payroll on the other hand, they met at the Clocksag Auditorium on Tuesday, which is today, and they've agreed as follows. One, that the Controller and Accountant General's Department should port the names of public sector workers in their existing databases onto the NIA platform, and thereafter inform the various institutions of any unregistered staff that may exist. Two, that affected institutions should encourage staff to register with the NIA as quickly as possible if they have not already done so. Three, in order to facilitate the process of registration of public sector employees, government should set up designated point for registration of the Ghana card. This communique supersedes any earlier communication on the matter. It's signed by Honorable Ignatius Belfort Ewa, Minister Employment, Joshua Ansa, Deputy General Secretary, TUC, witnesses near Kwesi, Kwenin Bosompem, Controller and Accountant General, Michael Akurugu, Brigandi, Doctor, National President, TUTAG, for Organized Labor. Intianone de Aba Sisia, Yabeshena, Yadi and Wahoneafi, Yetimi Din Komo. In 1 minute, ma mene Angel Kabonun Cassette Unafi Emrest. Angel, Aquabanet saying, Inti Communica Makain Sisian should be good news for Munina Meboa.
Absolutely for everybody. And I want to thank Ignatius Bakwe for intervening to allow good sense to prevail. And what has been signed, we can follow through with peace.
Okay. You see, you're importing names of public sector workers in their existing databases onto the NIA platform Meaning what? And what you're saying?
Yeah, everybody on controller and accountant payroll have had a biometric registration.
Okay.
Controller is taking the person's biometric information. So they can put that information to national identification card. It will pull out a difference of the numbers that are registered with the card and those that are not. So the various services, Ghana Health Service, Audit Service, Education Service, all the services will be informed that this number of workers on your payroll are not registered with the Ghana card. It also gives information to the worker to do what is needful.
Okay. And after that, no, now institutions na share obia. Only the staff any card nibi no. Now I shall na register, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And no say set up registration centers at various places for workers in particular.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For example, so the registration center Bakuba 2 ministries are.
Yes.
You can serve all the workers in
all
the
ministry.
workers
there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, I think it makes sense. Inti, you share how this will be carried out. Bibiani, I say about how we Komobio. Why?
Thank you very much.
Meda Sepa, Angel Carbono, President Managrat, and Amoten and Kano, Meba Studio, Mr. Tony Bar, Atnase, Ewo Studio, and there. For the purpose of any conversation, Mr. Tony Bar, it's saying, Bibiamoko. Now, Unia, open your quab and it's saying, Bibi aboko
nyame adaroma wa hwe so bi sambre frustration ko munyina nyame hwe so
ebe Tony and moye enro na moye press conference no okay and mo ka say mo be file processes for court and moye
obi me fa chiama otiefo ene Ghana for ina
yes
and right press conference no say obi court no ya ye ho nyoma ina wi
okay
na ye free say nkofo na mpanifo na nyoma kasa e o say sebi yeso ye fe ho adwen kakra because omo edin na me hu ni say ya say fidie onya kokota asema kokota ene mo ntwen na asem ne court so wonti akoye asem na akoye bibie because all along the petition be omo kan hwe ene kwa no mo koso omo a ye nuanu ma ni omo twa exam so omo fa bi no omo registration
omo start registration omo
registration
okay
omo am say no say no mo ye omo for orientation
oh wow
just say omo check time orientation ni ochina omo check campuses omo fa ne ade nti say omo koso ano mo edin nti odi asem no kokko tam say kwa ka say bona mo de kokko nti court dia nti ya ready so ya ready na ya ro sem kakra obi ya ro sem kakra obi a 499 for mikita list no obi 499 na pass ye no odi wa ba ku ni agina hwem
yes
obi max bianya 61 bianya 60 yeah max na obi we
yeah because we are 61 60 59 58 mihu 57 56
obi
and 56 for the doors any 55 for the so doors
yes you adio ya brepa ni nya max ana
54 53
obi for na for ni na ye
wow
obi a max
52 and there's a 51 and some 50 in the obi who nya less than 50
that be nya less than 50 na ni that be won kan
in the pass mark you said the name before you went into the examination hall no 50 and then the pass mark and
the pass and no na ye nuanu bi dia last year in fact omo enu mu tro this year ya e bi mu di 50 shuko
eko
enti unu obi wo ho a wanya 50 na wa ho obi a wanya 61 na onko bi ya ro sempa ya sem kase pa
into the new rule or mo de buy no mo ko try exams na mo nya aware of that rule
obi nya me anim ni obi anim in fact your former CJ Madam Sofia Kufu
yes
Penny CJ
yes
waka wo emre 2019 lawyers bet 308 bi no mo pass out okoka wase ye wo tape no okoka wase say 50% mark no and wunya obekro so aba law school. In
In
fact, ye masopoko agiman o chade o law school ho kra so asisudua. And so okawo tama Ghana Law School Kumasi campus no 10th anniversary. Okoka ho so onya 49.99 kra yemfa wo. Unya 50 a. Kwa ante ya de obi anim. Omangaza nim. Enche bia emfa last week ya say last week Thursday ya. Okoka masopoko agiman nankasa kra kasa wo another station. So ama next studio say we dey afterthought. We nko ade. That is omo boy buga. Also management dwon say mre bo mo de baya adwuma na mom o man kasa mfanya adwuma
o mfanya adwuma this
nti adwon a ye hu nipa opese o say o yes ha ye hu nipa opese otete yes ha aje hu so we no o si ye 50 ya pass afia ko twa wie ya hu si ya pass ya se de bi masesa madwen emra na maye no foforo nti mu a mo ye se mu nkobi mu a maye se mu nko indeed unu obi te class a wow, tu must say we only in the suade.
Yes.
Well, we have 50 pepe.
We have 50 pepe.
E bien 55, e bien 60. Well, let's am the moya. Ya nkobi. Obi, e osem, e ya bamubu. Say ye nim self sam na we ho a. Ye nim self sam na tia. We am publish am instruction to the examination.
Yes.
Oh, daily graphic.
Yes.
Bibi ni ho sa. I think May the 14th.
Say instructions, no?
Yes.
For exams, and I'm more control.
That's
our new rule in Kano.
New rule, Crano. Almost 719 bebo ne ni ho. Indeed, tama ye ka say, na 790 amoja bebo di ye true so ye 2824.
Okay. Omo aka we.
Omo aka we because that bia no mo di ni na na bo na de e ba ne sa na mo de 790 fa bebo we. And the student ni mo fa ni na mo ni mo fa na we pressure. Omo ni na bebo ho a. 1289 I pass here. Enti se bibi ho a asia mo bia mo enti ho no mo de sa nu ri ba yo. 790 no mo de babo kwa na ni ho. O mo de ni na babo ho no mo se de afede de aye ni na epie no o mo nkwala na hu no. Ana mo de ni ru ni esra o mo mpanifo ne nkwala ntena fie nya sa obi. Ye no ya jitu se jana liga kan so mo ye mpanifo. Na ono obati fie na waso no mini mia na otia ma obi anyi so wo se
ho enti the new rule no for the avoidance of doubt or more NT and then it say you name say entrance exams near in two parts in the friend objective questions no and no you saying 20 questions baba could be 2 marks in do be na 40 and essay questions mienu ba could be 30 marks mienu ne kabo 60 in do kan nyina bo 100%. First no so now o target any 50% in the no how our be maneuver ni bia say objective now be concentrate no when you 40/40 unya 10 wa had ka ho a 50 oko
obi ye kire wade mpa o prepare exams na mo prepare on kwa be sure say hwe bia marks ne wo so we say exams no 2 parts na waka no section B no normally so what we trend now normally on to constitutional law every year na ya to other side so back ade na nsia na say 2 na be back section B nti so mako 9 no section A nti section A na go for kan ya zam ketwa courses mako 9 and eba 40 on nti na ho marks go 2 16 de bia 2 1 de bia constitutional law na say nyoma esisi o antemo e fam na ho na e de call na section A na objective ni e courses mako 9 and yiyim sa nti ho tia and 40 marks uti no ba ku bia 2 and na uti sa o nti ho no ye to ye body ye time na akọ se ne be ya me ze me to me bo na me nua no ni obi ato no bo ho na 40 na uti ba ku 82 nti to bo hwe ho na nti me ze me wie ho na se time marry but na me nim strategy am de tro
de try exams no
nti ta na me tro e na nya me ye madom afam ave me fam a o se da bi na nka se wo so
in the new rule necessary no over 40 marks no objective also when you saying also when you 30 20 over 40 and
60 no
and 60 no also when you 30 over 60
it will 29 e wa ha na nya 40 na make up 69 unqualify
senior wajo hade o here listen them one number 165
yes
obinya rating onya section B onya 37
165 yes my main share
so the 55%
yeah 165 Onya, yeah, 55%.
Until onya rating onya 37.
Yeah, 37.
Out of 60, no?
Yes.
And objectives no benya 18.
Onya 18.
Until no so new rule, no? Areno.
Obi, madam, no.
37, 18.
Obi, my phone at once. Many phone.
Oh.
And a nipper 490 now be as soon away from me, the make cause suicide. Now, anti my council by force. Oh, now, Miss and Council to boat negotiating penny for Calmy and penny for Metier in the way where the young court no so. Madam, I have the court.
Not your local. Some no court. 5 years running and can you
know lawyers now I'm court. It's a quite be as young court, Simeon court. You prepare when I and no man now, or do say a win I to training I ready. I did a court. Now court you call what programming, EKOSIISEN. So, and I be all.
Wow. Wow.
I think the person pay for
this year the NRA press conference now mo demand anything specifically.
Your demand is the petition accompanying for ama yes demand is pa penny for say rules you bay. It was just after the exams na rule neighbor. And no company can say after just after moral results on no make it a rule no. Until this around who said before coach not say rule anyhow. Until omode yeah pass no fire. Na next year on bet you no say rule but no omode ba on notice.
Omfa rule nemra.
Emra hen nipa na coach ni who say me as that ma coach rule that hu ni am coach ro.
Let's see how this was way.
Even if it comes on notice.
On notice and not prepare. Hand in fair.
Yeah.
Oh, we are make us say nimpa exams there strategy.
Strategy of course.
Nti kamia kakra.
Yeah.
Na maya kakra. Maya kakra. Exam dem ho din na kogu 40. Because sani nim.
Yeah.
Nti ha dwene obi ha dwene. Ohun na se dem make no. Ye tie kura so na akwala nya asema. Oni wapa nya asema. Na utumusa asema papa didi we nya de. Wonso atunu papa nim ka de opa na akoba busu pani amane. Na ka kura se de kroma odua. Na busu pani no panifo aba papa na hwe na papa wanye ni. Waye ni. Ya ka tro bia no apɛ na ye lokina. Amampanyi frɛ aso ye frɛ so omo sa kan petition omo hwe na omo di hudwuma na omo hwe na omo di hudwuma no de ha dwene ne se obi ye hwe ne di hudwuma ye nuanom so ko
registration no
omo
orientation
obi abe orientation am ya sa kiro mo ayi baby omo mfa wo pakra na so pe Kumasi fa
na wo pe Gempa say 3 campuses
and omo di ka akra ne Kumasi tu fa wi na fi akiro akra no de bia
Makola na say Gempa
obi nti mon twa ne be no omo ko Omoko anazia to say enkokoto ya nyanka ne nam krum ha obi ya ro usem kase pa.
I get you. And so far because Enra may go through my press release me who say mo calling on the Ghana Bar Association, mo calling on identifiable groups bebre omu nyina no monte especially Ghana Bar Association omu nka hwe nkyere mo
obi me na be kan se budin obi amfie ti say dem make am ya tro petition dia ko ni penim yenim no krom ha bia ko Kumasi akọ tumfo na so abesia ko chief imam Christian Council say benefo am ofie mo hwe na ya papa isi ntimi nkasa ntimi hwe na monka bi mayen obi afie ya rosem so what na se pa sua dia pa obi lo no nse na ni sua sitie sua dia nyoma bebrebe we ya tena se sua na nyame ya da bia me kam na bia me ka obi we kan wa miensa amatro 49 minko 49 ba ko manko 49 miko ha na makofi ani okoda o maiti du sua na na nyame ya madom ana afie die me afie covid ni mu ai papa ba ko me nya time tena se sua die obi because na ana nyame ya madom afie me results amani agia
na rule ya balance
ka bia beta ho se onko
results no time be results na o kan so hu ya no ne after ya pass ya paste 790
for na
until no ya hu ya max no until
obi results ne buy na rule no metan to obi na frame say ma hu wa pass until hu say sana ne nche ho no o de rule na tare ho am say ba ko no ka wa pass wa hu rule
no
so na me bra yi because of that I'm releasing second list full list no and me took a call law school until me question notice boy say me 56
56
to them na me them na ja areho ne pepa kakra na you be prompt me say notice been a bogit na no kona kohwe na me no so no hu do no so pass kohwe ne kan say call them of law school officer no refer the babon some kohwe notice no I say onya pass mark because of notice in no one pass it.
And me who notice will be sending me a copy of the notice no now I also say the decision of the General Legal Council no decision omo ya na ho hwe anya ye bi so hu
obi and so one say emrem no de omo kan de anya no there's no final court of law kwa some dey final omo gata nim said the decision of the General Legal Council is final it's not final they know so it's only the court's decision which is final but this year makasa no o kasa no kasa ya me na me kamasa o kasa ko foso hweye ne be minu na so krom ade ye be minu ma bone be na ma ye ma trust of na ma pass na se bi obi ye cheche nsemi na ye sada no ntia pani bia in fact papa ne ye pacho omo mi for na for bi kura so masa o pacho dodo ana be ko bia o pacho sa na me so e pe ma training no minim said o ma ye nya so mintumi ko dino to me sam ma be ti so obi General Legal Council for no to nya nkura o panifu akuku dam amono mo hwe mre o Ghana anya so in fact so ba lawyer kura certificate renew one ade omno me regulators so enti omo di wanim de na so dumi nkom ma obeti so enti pa ne pa cho obi asehwe ho yi oni ebe mini o da bia kwa wanim ye be hwe wani kwa ebe mi onam so yes akura asede ye o person o General Legal Council for sebi o omo ya justice judges ni ade omo tumi say ma okay omo anim sasema ye kan yampa yes omo ye pa omo chaw ye mo kokko tenyi court here dem ko na EKOSIISEN obi in fact
and also was Empire FM
oh one of some tete
obi dey yin say o de ye nua ba ko Ghanaku ade mo ko court
yes
say ye betro nsohwe na o me ye sign undertaking bi say so where I will betri results ne ba gene sa
remarking bi ani
utumi ko remarking utumi your paper ana Ghanaku tamasem di ko na Supreme Court dabi still okura de omtrom so mo won kwan se
at least
bibi ni omtrom
obi ne answer book le de hu hawa
obi still I fill form no oba den ya this year ya de buy ya fill into court se me yen oba den on ti ase je ya chire nsagu achi nkola ya chire nsagu achi emian yesrem abusuafo mpanifo okrom ha me de da bia me akura se ninti de akura se sam na meka ya ko abusuafo panifo ya da president as so ni fi na so ye ho aba o ma ne ho nya ha
na on step in ono also a senior lawyer
president obi anim human right activist obi a wadi anim akon ya me ye wa ebida ha wa ya ye demonstration di anim enti on the way dey no lawyer ti ase na on the attorney general nkasa na on hwe ne mpanifo a ya papa kwasi ani o hwe no mo ayen ya pass se bibi ni na enukura mu nti o me interest na
but sisiano if they should throw out the excuse the unavailability of space at the law school ain't no more yes okay let's see how we can manage the situation na yentimi mfa ni pakaka no mo aka no ensign tribune next year space I don't know mo be den
senior space as some ya kan we say we can we say school na ya call and free education you choose school fees
okay
and school fees no o sha 15,000
for a year
this 15,000 so can all multiply by 499 it's almost 7,485,000 obi so ska we to rent facility
74 billion
74 billion
yeah make suggestions say come rent facility or UPSA MIN already some the facility MIN out of Sasika we need to rent facility
ma collectors UPSA school na dia tum so mo facility omo de be ma
eso is the phone ma kasa they say mo twen say nka ye mpanyi fi ko na nka mo ne wabaga no mo payment am na nka mo release MIN obi we private investment be no more ska we yakọ
74 billion obi indeed I mean that was a former deputy attorney general
yes
Mr. Penga home I don't know whether council maybe a nipa ketuwa bi twa nso hwe no am so mo fa 128 to the no na ye bisa no omukra current UPS e twen sen ka afie nipa bumbe passe na ka yakoho nti omo de aban de ka yase esi bibia nka school fo na ntwa afie de ko twa ya akoye
UPSA the no afrim.
Nti obi ayasam kase nti wo de besika ya bo ami. This is 400 where
good money 1 year.
1 year no.
400 sika nkwano no.
Almost 7.4 million.
Yeah.
Nti no ya best na say empenifo platform media so. Say bibi no mu ya stress ije. On Nigerian Legal Council no otiso as akonya kase no so. Tibie kase. Yes no papa. Ya papa no. Yes we dia o ma ya power chow 499 de o jaya say binim kon nam street so say binim ko fa fa na obi so ya wa twetwa wo sa kwatena se twetwa anya easy wan twa de anya o so twa de wan twa nti 499 de ya pass
the motivation to go and rewrite no Eddie
obi ko be was na rewrite na because is the one am cross wa jun kranya juma one when you so person so here panel so wa feeling yeah chop on the man for say we dey omo say some decision no omo review decision no na omo fa yen yes romora
and what time would be too late in this year na omo a enya kwan 790 no I register out no almost start orientation no say e ba say mpanyifo step in ama ya famo at what point am beka go we dey I too late almost ya dey akwa enim do nti moma yenya na. And I say anytime on my family you are good to go.
Anytime on my family because when start here, say course outline. So they can also say okay, we start jam. Until you finish class
program.
Yes, until na catch up when you catch exam. So say
no me we brother say me fees anya quantity bia. And no say ade mo ye nyina mo ye na be funtin tankasi yesu. No answer mo dey to mo call link we. Sa na mo ye we mo. Link we obi an register. A minute go click so papa afele. On na zia no ye ti o nyina ya prepare obi. Gidie pa de yes ade o. Me say
school fees now ready.
Bia ye ready obi. Na wo link no so mo dey to so bia ye hu. Requirement o mo gi de ye ready ma bobwa me hu bia gu ho. Oh, I move with faith.
Green light nearby.
Obi omo ka pre omo de to a omo wana obi for na obi aba register. Me na mka kire o. Ya prepare ya ready to say Israel for na me share bo. Enti ya ready ya akase ye be kase muntu ni etu.
Yeah. Aha. I get you. And I appreciate passion now more de kasa because to go through the 6 different subjects to go and prepare for the entrance exams and easy.
We last time
case law what can you good.
Oh, here courses now you know kind of saying almost 109 topics.
Oh.
109 topics
under the 6
yes.
109
last me I'm saying by yes na me to one of them adwena bo mu te jame situation near me because me kind topics no because the class I'm calling electronics down outline me can nyina bo obi ukwa 109 topics
so
yes
case law my
constitutional law
22 topics
yes ana a friend is saying contract law 13 ana tort law yes and now 27 topics and criminal law 19 topics obi Ghana legal systems 13 topics law of immovable property obi 15 we now nti na de aka no go for nya hu ya de wa cases go wa be ko team no any principles how answer na wa analysis obi nya as am say ya prepare na atro
as one comes and go function that nyante as especially president as to educate public in very well share as one can won sa nipa 799 pass here o here list here the man we have first that first now the position on original list no 352 and 352 no could do 790 ho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On open the home field 352 position.
352
position. Position and master list.
Yes.
But no pass no be
order 790.
Abesenko.
What do you
I'm so see actually positions there. That said option max here.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Obi.
It's crazy.
You should be on our platform to see. Obi. And I'm a Madame counselor and leader.
Yeah, because I
no, we're from people are I'm for confused. Bebre Obi, into your best. Besere we are binding attorney general ne Yewura Chief Justice. Yes, from omo ntena immediately ya no. Omo for people mu kan no mamum. No omo fa ne nko yekuteska. Ya ready ye pese sua de. Nkrofo so kromo lectures be brew ha omo pe bi akira de. Enti nya se space so ha. You may never be so. You can't your mammy and send factors in Naboma. Yekuteska. You won't conform better than so home with actually. And space available. Move it to my lecture. You didn't know fire. Didn't you know? Person, you be sure the NB. Person, bello and Libya another day. Just a medium one. Yes, and
especially so for a country like ours. Now, Oshe, now me Peruzu data and pay. So Oshe. Regional demography of licensed lawyers in Ghana. And according to the Ghana Bar Association on portal as at 19th June 2021, lawyers are licensed in Ghana in 3,213. Wow. For a population of 30 million and 80. And the Osha regions no breakdown. Greater Accra region. Out of 3,213, Greater Accra and Kwawo, 2,530 lawyers.
Yeah, 78.9%.
Concentration no ewaha. Ashanti region. So what's the difference between Greater Accra and Ashanti? In fact, 530 that Greater Accra and the Ashanti region. Omunya. Ashanti region here 306. In the lawyers ninjina ego Greater Accra. 306 for Ashanti. Western here 64. Upper West crowd here mobile 4 lawyers, the whole of the Upper West region. So we share Ahafo, Bono East, and Bono. 3 regions no Kabomua. 52 lawyers and a woho. So Osha Central region 45, Eastern 42, Northern region Northeast Savannah 3 key regions 21 lawyers, 3 regions nina. Volta ni Oti Ukambomua 17 lawyers, Upper East 14. And lawyers or almost no affiliation. Omuni region be omuni nemu. Almost 118. In the clearly no omino here lawyers. One agency is very critical. MIA legal aid, for example. Mo amunim legal aid ni ejuma or mo no. Ejuma son and omo legal aid in lawyers or more Ghana in 35. 35 or 35. 35 no emu 10 e wo Greater Accra region. And legal aid ni mo a wonya asem wo call na bia wo sika asem wo for mo ni sika wo be fa lawyer. Ukọ ekosu chine wo be ma lawyer. Am wo di wasem e de ama. Greater Accra na legal aid lawyers from 10. Volta ni Oti oka 2 regions bomu a lawyer wo legal aid here 1. Upper West region lawyer 1. Northern region Northeast and Savannah 3 regions oka bomu a legal aid lawyer wo here 1. Upper East 2, Eastern region 2, Central 2, Bono East and Ahafo 3 regions 4, Western and Western North 4, Ashanti 8. In the legal aid, it's a terrible situation. We don't even have to be discussing saying here more lawyers and saying here more lawyers. We need lawyers, and that's why you call no here. In fact, all the justices and judges are the whole country 405. And over justice, over judge, it was over lawyer ni ansana. What timia kwa into we need more lawyers. And when I remember the final say, Mami shall see through Hona Tony am I in the final say. The Udija Ghana for man penny in penny 40 the
senior. Adam Dija T4 name penny for say, but the Exodus chapter 32 verse 14 so. Or more share now or more repentant from their decision. And one chop by the mom. Yeah, Pamuchawa, the decision no one take it, but Ankoye. Because it means Shemra, retrospective.
Yeah.
Until Ankoye, some come yet, as I said, this is the position now. Serbia, 50-50, and some of pass and Kayeti, and once Kayan handmade the DBR. But you see, I know Manson was a run of the way, and Yamra more, and I said, Yana Kwanswa, until they say you don't feed the Cassie, so now Yapamucho. So position of my taking or more share now or sacra margin. You're chopping no.
Okay. And Dr. Prince, thank you. The message about will be per the figures you put out, it means 10,000 people in Ghana would have access to one lawyer. in the one lawyer per 10,000 people, based on the number of lawyers in Ghana. Tony, finally, the Udi AJA.
Obi, the ambassador can say, and Ghana for inade, say, but the best on your cassette, law student beer or pass your young fan, or Shan Hawk for Guna, and Ghana for that. Then, yes, you do such a situation. Me na me da one na me na minim calls amenya ene arechichen sema pay training ti yetumi catch the binum she binum kra ni binum kra bompae obi a terrible situation we enya de bia me de me face and resolve yedin nye ayi bia say a teacher for na munia Ghana ha teacher for bebre ho you could sky ready say be sua de nti esre omo Mama ntwan me afọ mo kokonom ka se e ka se mo de akokọ to dia ene nti se afidie no mo sum ye pa mo chow omo yimfiri ho na mpo se bibini ne ekokọ ta ehe se bia ye pese enu mo kokọ ntokọ bia ne enu ko pepre so e wo se ekokọ ta na yakokọ to as benkofo pese lawyers no ha anu omo amo a kire no na bia se ekokọ to na ye kokọ na eze bia ye kokọ te enu omo kotwe nti so mo te se akokọ to mpo a enye man so twimi ne enu omo kotwe de kan so mo mfa ye pa mo chew ye kutom nan se me minim isia sija aka me so ne nem adafom se papa ye serew mo receive decision ne man na mo fa ye mo ma mo tumi hwe sa ama ye ebinum nko wu nko prepra enti pa na ye pa cho ye nim se ya sem odade na so still ye pa mo cho mo de mo fa bibia nto nche na mo fa for na ne de ya pass kojo
they admit the 499 now and Mr. Tony Ba and when you udino yaw abuaje asamoa now fa court here calf and a gimpa okay Martin Tiadamase why you best here we wish you well by all the best EKOSIISEN so ni ha asempa